So, Lone Rider here, and I'm looking at the July 31st, 2018 New York Times, and in particular I'm looking at this headline. 4 cyclists died in Tajikistan in attack, ISIS incited. And it says, quote, a car ran down a group of touring cyclists in the Central Asian state of Tajikistan over the weekend, killing 4 people from the United States, the Netherlands, and Switzerland. On Monday, the Islamic State claimed responsibility for the attack. And it describes a video purportedly showing the attack, showing the car hitting the people, and then people got out of the car and they stabbed and shot the cyclist as they were on the ground. Now, here's my problem as an American and a cyclist, and you'll note that some of the people killed were Americans. Violence overseas is not uncommon, and even terrorism is not uncommon. And one could say, well, if a terrorist kills a citizen of Tajikistan, like, why would it be news here? Well, because they were American citizens, as well as citizens of the Netherlands and other countries. As an American and an American cyclist, the fact that I didn't know about this until nearly a month later, it's now August 18th, so almost a month later, this is strange and frankly disturbing. And I got to wonder if it was because they were a bunch of cyclists that it wasn't reported. We know there's a lot of people who have animosity for whatever reason towards cyclists. A lot of times they're just not considered. You look at changes to the road infrastructure, whether it's these newfangled self-driving car ideas that people are putting forth, which, practically are designed to kill cyclists because they don't, or even motorcyclists in some cases, because they don't, the programmers just don't make any accounting for them. Or whether it's, other things. There's a lot of people out there who either, they either have an animosity towards you if you bicycle, or they just don't think of you one way or the other. It's like you're not considered. So I got to wonder, I can't think of any time that an American's been killed, either here or overseas, in a terrorist attack, and it hasn't been reported. And yes, this was reported. It was reported on page A6 of the New York Times. But I didn't hear it on the radio. I didn't see it on the TV. I didn't see any mention of it on the internet or anywhere else. And I don't normally get the New York Times. The only reason this is here at the house is because a friend dropped it off. So, as an American cyclist, I got to wonder why. And now it could be just because it happened far away and it wasn't a really large-scale attack. They killed a handful of people. They didn't kill, let's say, blow up a whole building or something. But, the stabbing attacks in England and places like that, they haven't blown up whole buildings either. And those still get reported. Of course, those people aren't cyclists. And I don't know. I mean, it seems strange that people who, either marginalized cyclists or just don't care about us, would, go to the trouble to just not report it. It's like, oh, let's keep this on the down low. Somehow I don't think that's it. But I do got to wonder if it's not on purpose, if it's at least an artifact of cultural neglect. And if you're like me, if you're a cyclist and you ride on the roads in this country and you wonder why a lot of times your concerns aren't taken seriously, a lot of times whether it's the bad behavior of drivers, roads that are in poor repair and dangerous, or whether it's in fact something like bike access at a local park for mountain biking. Why is it that your concerns as a cyclist just seem to get ignored and steamrolled over? Well, here we have 4 cyclists killed by terrorists, some of them Americans, and I had to find out about it nearly a month later because it was buried on page A6 of the New York Times. It didn't make the TV news, didn't make the radio news, etc. And I honestly don't know why. But again, I have all my years of experience as a cyclist and how our issues related to us get treated and how we get treated. And then I got to wonder, if it's said for businessmen or for tourists instead of for cyclists, would this have gotten different coverage? Would it have mattered that these people were murdered? Got to wonder.